Can we come to order, please?
Let's go, Diane.
And can we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? Thank you. Right hand over your heart. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Madam Clerk, could you call the roll?
A quorum is present.
Are there any council
I
comments?
just have a brief one, Mayor.
Yes, sir.
I'd just like to point out that the programs you mentioned, the impact that they have. I mean, our CDBGs have been cut tremendously in the past, like 10 years. It's amazing. We still manage to keep our summer programs at the parks, which include lunch and we serve hundreds of kids every year, which is an amazing program. There's still streets. And the fact that we're still up to 60 people that we help for homelessness and everything else, and all of us have called you about those vouchers. So I just wanted to point that out for the public's interest. So thank you. That's all, Mayor.
Mayor, comment?
Yes, sir.
So also, I'm reaching out under the CAPER, particularly focusing on the Homeless Emergency Solutions Grant. The council just recently adopted a package so we can help reach out to those homeless individuals to go from homeless to motel vouchers to then regain their own apartment, which I'm glad to see many of the reports, particularly there's a couple detailed reports that talks about the gratification of our homeless individuals actually to better their education and still have a child, and we're still moving forward. Heart-wrenching experiences. And so I want to make sure not only you get the accolades, but Angie Pacheco and Tracy Duncan from the Housing Department, and then Cinder Eller, who's also reached out there, and they engage these individuals to be able to make it happen. And so it's this positive team effort from the department, that all these departments that are listed here, that makes it a win-win. And then also when we reach out under the CDBG funding for the reconstruction of roads, that 3 of them, and particularly in District 4, were reached out to, particularly 110th between Yukon and Crenshaw, and then 10th Avenue, which we really thank you, from 104th to Crenshaw, which now covers Monroe Middle School, now has a nice roadway, a passageway to handle that flow of influx of parents and our students. So, and what you're doing now, identifying that there's additional things we're doing for this upcoming budget, which even makes it a more win-win. So thank you and the staff and all that was involved in all the departments. Thank you, Mayor.
Move items 2 and 3.
Second.
Madam Clerk.
Council members Dotson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Mayor Buds.
Aye. Item 2, CSA 2, H2, and F1.
Approval of the minutes held for council's successor agency, Housing and Finance, for November 25th, 2014, and on council, December 1st, 2014.
So moved.
Second.
Madam Clerk.
Council and agency members Dotson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Mayor Chairman Buds.
Aye. Consent calendar items 1 through, I think it's 19.
19. Yes.
So moved.
Three
3 through 19.
3 through 19,
Mayor, can we
I'm
pull
sorry.
item
3 through
17, please?
Pulling 17.
Yes.
Voting on 3
Through 6.
through 16, and 18 and 19.
So moved.
Second.
Madam Clerk.
Council members Dotson.
Aye.
Padilla. Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Mayor Buds.
Aye. Item 17.
Staff report recommending rejection approval of an amendment to agreement number 14-179 with Sadie Construction, Inc. for traffic signs construction as it pertains to the traffic sign replacement project HSIP Cycle 4, P64, by extending the term of the agreement for 6 to 13 months.
Comment, Mayor?
Councilman Franklin.
Yes, I just want to reach out to staff because I believe there was a typographical error in the content of this report and seek staff's concurrence and modification.
Yes, Mayor. Councilman Franklin and I spoke about this item during our one-on-one, and in fact, it is a typo, and it should say approval, not rejection and approval.
Okay.
It should say.
Mayor, I request we make that friendly amendment and then move approval.
I didn't.
So remove the fourth word rejection
Yes.
and then the.
Yeah, right. The rejection shouldn't be in there.
Thank you.
All right.
So remove rejection and,
Just remove rejection
Got
because
it.
it has rejection and approval in the same sentence.
got it.
I move approval with the amendment.
Second.
Madam Clerk?
Council members Dodson,
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales. Franklin.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Mayor Buds.
Aye.
So now we're voting on,
No, we voted on, we already moved all the
Removing.
other items, and we just voted on 17.
okay, all right.
Okay, DR 1 and CSA 3.
Staff report recommending approval of a design-build agreement with Penner Construction Company to perform design-build services for the Locust Street Senior Center per bid number RFP 0090.
Move 1 and 2.
Second.
Madam Clerk?
Council members Dodson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Mayor Buds.
Aye. Just real briefly, Mr. Anderson, if you just take a minute to tell people what this means as far as our progress in, on this project, so that we're clear on that.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is a very exciting time for the Senior Center Advisory Committee, for your staff, and the Inglewood community, because this is the final step that's necessary to start the actual design and implementation of the new Senior Center. Working with your staff and your consultants, we have come up with a more aggressive schedule. We hope to have your new Inglewood Center in design phase by March of next year. We hope to have the groundbreaking a year from that point, because it does take at least a year to design all of the drawings that are necessary to construct a project. And with the contractor that you're approving today, we are hopeful that we can also get the center constructed within a reasonable period of time. So we do anticipate having the grand opening of your new senior center, keys in hand, by November 2017. And that's a very sure and aggressive schedule. And I'd like to introduce Penner Construction and GKK principals who are here today. And they're going to join us tomorrow at the Senior Center Advisory Committee meeting.
Thank you. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you.
DR 2.
Staff report recommending approval of amendment number 1 to the grant agreement with the Los Angeles Metropolitan Transportation Authority, extending the period of the grant from August 28, 2014 to August 28, 2016.
So moved.
Second.
Madam Clerk?
Council members Dodson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Mayor Buds.
Aye. DR 3.
Staff report recommending adoption of a resolution amending the city's contract with CalPERS to terminate paying and reporting the value of employer-paid member contributions as additional compensation for the miscellaneous bargaining groups.
Move
So-
adoption.
No, DR3 is a parking structure here.
That's DR4.
That's DR4 on mine.
Alex, this is DR 3 on the agenda, and that's what counts. Okay, do we have a,
I move.
I have a,
Second.
who's second?
I did.
Okay, thank you.
Madam Clerk?
Council members Dodson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Mayor Buds.
Aye. DR 4.
Staff report recommending adoption of an ordinance amending Inglewood Municipal Code Section 3-64 and 3-89 to authorize and process to establish parking structure and lot permit fees.
Motion to waive further reading.
Second. Madam Clerk?
Council members Dodson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Mayor Buds.
Aye.
All in.
Go ahead.
I'll introduce.
Okay.
01.
Staff report recommending adoption of an ordinance number 15-07 to reduce the hours of operation of parking meters at municipal libraries.
Motion to waive further reading.
Second.
Madam Clerk?
Council members Dotson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Mayor Buds.
Aye, move adoption.
Second.
Madam Clerk? We don't need to, right?
We have to vote for it.
Okay.
Council members Dotson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Mayor Buds.
Aye. SPH 1.
Staff report requesting that a public hearing be set to consider an appeal of the Planning Commission's condition of an approval for number four, for special use permit number 4, to allow the installation of a roof-mounted telecommunications facility at 10318 Prairie Avenue.
Set the public hearing for January 13th, 2015 at 7 p.m. SPH 2.
Staff report requesting that a public hearing be set to consider an ordinance amending the Inglewood Municipal Code to establish the Regent Circle Permit Parking District.
Set the public hearing also for January 13th, 2015 at 5 p.m. And right now, we have a presentation by Southern California Edison. Yes.
Hi,
It's
my name
7
is
p.m.
Nina Luna, and I'm with the South Bay Cities Council of Governments. I would like to present to you Southern California Edison. We are in a local government partnership with Southern California Edison under the Energy Leader Partnership, so I'll let them introduce what's going on.
Thanks, Mayor and Council. It's actually pretty excited again that I stand before you to actually give you money back on projects that the city continues to build on their energy efficiency progress in the city. This was some lighting that took place at Vincent and Rogers Park, thank you, on the tennis courts. Again, you know, I've been here 5 years. I've seen the city, I think I've done 4 or 5 check presentations. The city has moved through the partnership from silver to gold and moving forward to the platinum level of that energy efficiency program. So again, accommodation to the mayor and the city on behalf of Edison and the partnership, we will present you this check today for $13,000.
10 seconds.
Yeah.
Mr. Jackman, I just wanted to take the time with your colleagues here to tell you what a great job you're doing. Thank you for the response you gave us a couple of weeks ago. We had that big mishap with everything over in the area, and I just
Yes.
want to thank you. The residents were very pleased with your response. Thank you, Mr. Jackman.
I appreciate that, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Great, thank you.
We're going to take a picture with the check.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to check it? Hey, appreciate it.
Michael, let me have the documents. Do you want to wait until we stop? I can do it.
Finance department, got the real one.
So what do you need? All 3?
Just as a point of trivia, Mr. Frisbee informed me we received over $150,000 in rebates from this program. There's a presentation now by the South Bay Workforce Investment Board, their quarterly summary.
Good evening, everybody. Ho, 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 it's Christmas time, right? My name is Wayne Spence. I'm the chair of the South Bay Workforce Investment Board. Mr. Mayor, City Council, members of staff, citizens of Inglewood. I'm here this evening on behalf of the South Bay WIB to provide a brief summary of our current activities. As you know, we have 9 cities: Lawndale, Carson, El Segundo, Manhattan Beach, Gardena, Hawthorne, Redondo Beach, and Hermosa Beach for the delivery of employment and training services. I want to let you know, it has been voted by our board and all the 9 cities to approve the addition of Redondo Beach and, oh my gosh, Torrance, sorry, to add Torrance and Lomita to the City Council. Today, the California Workforce Executive Board approved that, so now it's up to the governor to actually sign it. Well, after their full board votes, then the governor would actually approve the addition, which would expand all the services and capabilities of us. As discussed last quarter, the South Bay WIB is moving towards having a South Bay Business Retention and Attraction Program. To this endeavor, we held boot camp on November 7th. And of course, what came out of that was a cross-section of businesses, politicians, and all the resources that we have to attract and maintain businesses in our local area. The U.S. Department of Labor awarded us a $1.1 million youth build grant to the South Bay WIB. And this will be used for the Central Center for Economic Opportunity Youth Build. The funds will support academic and occupational skills training at-risk youth and directly benefit South Bay youth, Inglewood, Hawthorne, Lawndale, Lenox, El Segundo, and Carson. Year-to-date, the Teen Center, which I want to thank you guys for approving one here in Inglewood. Our Inglewood Teen Center, 81 youth are in the Teen Center. Year-to-date, a total of 15,385 Bay residents have visited the Inglewood One-Stop Business and Career Center. Our rapid response services were provided to 3 companies, and 453 employees were affected by layoffs through 2014-2015. We had a special situation that happened. There was a program which was going to lay off about 50 to 60 employees because they were moving to another area, and the employees just didn't, they were monolingual, they spoke Spanish, didn't speak any English. We were able to join with a charter school and provide the books and other services where they could be taught to speak English, and we were able to save those jobs. That's one of the things that the South Bay WIB does. And thank you for your time. The classes began September 9th, and we will continuously monitor the progress of these people. The South Bay economy seems to be moving forward. The South Bay WIB is providing all the services we can. And for your perusal, I've included a package here of everything I've spoken of in detail. Thank you for your time and attention. And have a great day, everybody.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Smith.
Oh, look at that. Don't bow to me, Willie. I'm okay. Listen, well, the Sergeant at Arms is in here. Our place is right here.
Okay, there's no closed session items. A1, oral report, City Attorney.
Thank you, Mayor. There's no oral reports from the City Attorney's Office.
CM1, oral report, City Manager.
Yes, Mayor and City Council, I want to introduce today that and let the public be aware of the fact that the city received the California Public Employee Relations Association Award for moving forward for our negotiations. The award specifically is given to cities that who are recognized for innovative leadership and is designed to honor organizations or individuals who have had an impact on their organization by improving labor relations, resolving disputes, addressing new challenges, or by assisting others in growth in the profession. Specifically, the city got this award for our negotiations recently, as you know, as a result of direction from the mayor and city council to staff to negotiate all of our bargaining group MOUs. The city was able to save about $165 million over 30 years as a result of renegotiating our retiree health plan for the city. This is something that has really placed a lot of cities on the brink of bankruptcy, and the city, without the team effort of the mayor and city council direction, our negotiating team, which included Michael Falco, Jose Cortez, David Esparza, and our consultant Jack Hoffman, we would not have been able to achieve as much as we did during negotiations. And I also don't want to leave out the bargaining groups, because without their cooperation, we would not have been here today and be in the financial position that we're in today, which is a very prosperous one at this point. So in addition to that, I want to also recognize Michael and Jose because they did also receive their Labor Relations Master's Certificate. It takes a lot of work, and they had to go to workshops and write reports, and I think the city will benefit from this additional knowledge that they have and certification for helping the city with all of our human resources issues that we deal with throughout the year. So congratulations, Michael and Jose, and congratulations to the entire city for this award. And Mayor, if you wouldn't mind taking a picture with the group and the council.
No problem. Back over to the ceiling, guys.
You want to know that Jose's in the back?
Yes. You can see they're fiscally responsible. They didn't even have a circle for that.
To some degree. They started making.
CC1, Madam City Clerk.
Staff report recommending adoption of a resolution amending the Conflict of Interest Code for the city in accordance with the Government Code 81000.
Move adoption.
Second.
Madam Clerk.
Council members Dodson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Mayor Buds.
Aye. CC2.
No oral reports, thank you.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. CT1, all reports from the City Treasurer.
Thank you, Mayor. Just basically want to comment on, I think our city has really been blessed this year. You know, we've had two major projects, all of MSG with the forum opening, and it's booked, it's, you know, not only throughout this year, but throughout next year. And then we're going to have the Hollywood Park Tomorrow project, which is probably the largest project going on in our nation of a city of our size. So I think we have really been blessed in many, many ways. And I certainly want to commend the staff, you know, this year for all of their hard work, our city manager, our city attorney, and our assistant city manager, and all of our staff for all of their hard work. Because we have certainly, I think, done quite well this year. We've been able to pay all of our bills. A lot of cities cannot say that. A lot of cities are having a lot of different financial issues, and we have been blessed to avoid that. I want to commend this council for their hard work and their good negotiations with regards to MSG and the Hollywood Park Tomorrow project. And I want to thank our citizens also for their support. For all of you who have come here to the meetings and given your input throughout the year. Again, I think we are a very blessed city. And also, I just want to also commend Mrs. Shaw for also getting an award regarding Mother of the Year from her church. Again, I want to wish everyone a prosperous and Happy New Year and Merry Christmas. And keep in mind, Jesus is the reason for the season.
Amen.
That commends in my comments.
Councilman Dodson.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First of all, I would like to thank Housing, Angie Pacheco and her entire department, because they have helped me. I had a couple of people to come to me who needed housing as well as being put on the CBG fund list, and they were able to take care of all of them for me. So I really appreciate that, and I want to thank her staff, her and her staff for that. I want to thank the following people and organizations for their support on my Christmas food and toy drive this past Saturday. My assistant, Ms. Alicia Smith, our ICOP director, Ms. Patricia Patrick, Irene Baker and the Madison Square Garden Company, the Rotary International of Inglewood, Eric Holly and the Inglewood Airport's Chamber of Commerce, Sherry Gully of the Delta Sigma Theta sorority, Mike Harrell of Southern California Gas Company, Sergeant Nicole Laudermelt and the Inglewood Police Department, Mr. and Mrs. Al Jenkins, Mr. Leroy Fisher, Gina Marquez of Hollywood Knows, and Commissioner Willie Agee, Leonard Ross, Charles Braggs, and Lee Denman. These people played a significant part in the success of my food and toy drive. And I am deeply grateful because they took the time and took the money and time to come out and participate. I want to thank all of you for coming to these meetings through the year. We do listen and we respond. It may not be what you want to hear, but we do respond. And I think all the items today that went past on the consent items were needed, and it's time we do those. And the council, the whole council, needs to be congratulated for that. I want to wish all of you a blessed, happy, wonderful holiday. Be safe. Thank you very much.
Councilman Padilla?
Thanks, Mayor. Just a couple of quick notes. A couple of weeks ago, I had a toy drive, and then this past Saturday over at St. John's Chrysostom Church with the assistance of OFA, the One for All Foundation, we dispersed all those toys to families here in Inglewood. I want to thank everybody for coming out, the mayor, the council members, staff, for their support during the toy drive. We put smiles on these kids' faces. The parents really appreciated what the city of Inglewood, what the community has done to help their families during this special time of need. So thank you all for your participation. If you haven't had a chance, those pictures in the back of the room on the screens, some of those are of the tree lighting ceremony. I got to tell you, it was awesome, just awesome. I want to thank the mayor. I want to thank Madison Square Garden, all those corporations and folks that donated to help make that event a huge success. You'll see the smile on the kids' faces. You'll see the parents out there just celebrating with their children on such a wonderful event. That being said, I also just real quick want to thank staff for their report here on the CAPER report. Very well done, very informative. Really laid out what we're doing in the community to help those families in need, those that need housing, the programs we have for the seniors, for their meals, for our young kids to have a place to go and have a good time. These are all the things that your community is doing here in Inglewood to help one another out. With that, I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, have a blessed New Year, and we'll see you in 2015. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Franklin?
All right, thank you, Mayor. I want to also give a shout out to the city staff. People take it for granted that when you see us up here as council that we're just got this I stuff, but the true essence of it is that we meet with staff prior to these meetings, days in advance, read our council packets over the weekend, and then prepare to take action when we come at the council. As you heard earlier today, there were some items that need to be amended simply because to err is human, to forgive is divine. There were some mistakes that need to be checked, and we took care of it. Things also in reference for clarity, meeting with staff, they're able to get the answers and also modify in some cases, but more importantly, it's a cohesive team effort. So I want to thank all the city staff for their due diligence in our team effort collectively. Mayor, I just want to reach out to you and all of the council members for an outstanding Hollywood production of the tree lighting contest, tree lighting ceremony. Never in this history of the city have we ever had anything with that magnitude, and the theming of the children of local Inglewood residents engaging. We more than doubled the number of attendants that we've ever had to come to any of the holiday tree lighting ceremonies. And was also proud to learn that over 1,600 children received the little toy stockings that was made available by Santa Claus to be provided. And then finally, I want to reach out to the many, many benefactors that helped on Thursday, providing us the various stable canned good items, gift cards, toys for the District 4 10th annual toy food drive. We had an abundance to the point that we passed on the surplus to the City of Inglewood's Community Development Department, particularly Sabrina Barnes and her team, on being able to now provide funding as well as food and toys to the seniors, disabled, and the foster parents. So it was outstanding, win-win effort, and all the benefactors and the recipients were graciously giving from their hearts and receiving earnestly as well. And on that note, again, remember the reason for the season. God bless you all and have a lovely holiday. Thank you. Bye.
Councilman Morales.
Thank you. First, to the gentleman that spoke out, I never received an invitation to any block meeting. I go to every single one that I'm invited to. I know there was one from that block, and staff was there to speak to all three people. And I think that's great. So I'm open to any phone calls and anything else, but I think it has more to do with the election season and democratic process. So welcome and enjoy that portion of the year. Now, in regards to the tree lighting, I have to say that it was amazing. It just symbolizes just how we closed out a great year. And, you know, a lot is said about us agreeing up here. But I've been here for a while, and there was a lot of disagreement. But these last couple of years, while we've been up here agreeing, MSG opened. While we've been up here agreeing, Hollywood Park is already started on a $2 billion project. Businesses are opening. The deficit was cut majorly, more than in half, while we've been up here agreeing. While we've been up here agreeing, property values in the last 2 years have jumped tremendously. Crime has decreased while we've been up here agreeing. We've all seen what we've been when we've disagreed, but we've been up here agreeing, and all of those things have happened while we've been up here agreeing. So I have to say that to take note, it's all results. It's all results. And at the end of the day, the folks, the residents, they speak. They speak the truth. The ones that are here, they speak their truth. That's good. You know, but 4,000 of them were out there last week for the tree lighting. Amazing turnout. You know, those are positive things that are happening while we're up here agreeing. So I just want to say, listen, have a happy holiday season. Be safe. Enjoy it. You know, we're all up here because we love the city of Inglewood, and we will continue to do those great things while we're up here agreeing. Thank you.
I don't really need to say anything else, but I'm gonna try. You know, I've been listening to this thing about you agree too much and you rush through things. We're not rushing through anything. We're just saying if you got something to say it and be done with it. And talk actually is very cheap, because if you measured our productivity by the amount of time that we talked, then years ago you would have said we were doing much better because we talked for hours. But this year alone, what did we do? We paved roads on the east side of the city. We made water infrastructure improvements. We trimmed trees. Hollywood Park tomorrow broke ground, $2 billion development. Property values went up 40% over the last 2 years. For three consecutive years, we've had the lowest Part 1 crime rate in the history of the city. The Forum opened. MTV Video Music Awards were here. The gas station at Los Angeles and Fairview, we broke ground to make a community center. A housing development broke ground over here at at the Freeman, old Daniel Freeman site, been laid fallow for like 13, 14 years. Snoop Dogg has adopted the city. He participated in a turkey giveaway where we gave away 800 turkeys to needy families. The senior center, we heard a report on that. We're moving on that. We had the biggest Christmas tree celebration in the South Bay and including LA. If you look at those pictures, you saw happy children, happy families. We never get to that without doing the things we did before to take care of the budget and take care of the fundamentals. We didn't have to pay a dime for that. That was all donations, and I want to acknowledge the people that donated money. Senator Isidore Hall, Assemblywoman Autumn Berg, the three largest employers in town, Marvin's Engineering, Donnelly Farms, Centinela Hospital, CSC, the vendor that provides those people that provide the security for the forum, they donated $8,000 for the decorations. Wilson Meany, across the street, Hollywood Park Land Company, they donated. Because you know why? Because they believe in us. And if you look at the pictures, you saw the results. We celebrated our children. Adults were happy, and it was witnessed by about 4,000 people. I just want to thank everyone on the staff that was involved in that, because that was the culmination of this year. It's what we work for. It's for a happy community, a happy, safe community. Councilman Dotson nominates and I appoint Eric Holly to the Planning Commission. Somebody second?
Concurrence, you have to
Second.
Move concurrence.
I move concurrent.
Second.
Madam Clerk?
Council members Dotson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Mayor Butts.
Aye. And we're adjourned.